What, dude? The conversations that we don't have that they're not allowed to hear range from disturbing to funny to, well, that was a conversation. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey. He's Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing, Jack?
I've had better days. How are you?
I'm a little bit sick. Still, it's
seems
ongoing. It's getting worse. I woke up tonight and went to the bottom of the stairs to say hi to my wife, and it came out like this: "Hey, baby," and she went, "Oh my god."
Where'd Barry White come from?
Yeah, she's like, you got that really deep, sexy thing going on. I'm like, one, that's insulting because I always have that. But two, yeah, it was just pure bass. It was deep, but my throat, man, the sinuses are just draining. It's pissing me off, and I don't want to talk about it because I'm not sleeping well because of it. And sleeping is my bane anyway. So, ever since I was a kid, Jack, Mom always wanted me to take naps and go to bed, and I was like, I don't want to. And I would finally go to sleep, and she's like, it's time to wake up. And I don't want to. Sleep has been a problem for me my whole life. True story. I was born sleeping. They patted my ass, because that's back in the day when that's what they did. Like, beat him. They patted my ass. I apparently woke up, and went back to sleep. It's like my curse. Good morning, Monkey and Jack. I hope you're feeling better soon. Thank you, Nuts, for becoming a member for month number 8, Jack.
Yay. Hi, Nuts.
Hi, Nuts. How are you, sweetheart? And before the show from, I think it was Buddha Buddha. Yeah, it was. Thank you, Buddha Buddha, who said, good morning to you, Monkey. Fani, WIllis, what a clown show. Oh, yeah, we'll get to that clown show soon. For the record, this was mentioned in chat, too, before the show. Somebody went, people are pronouncing it Fani. It was never Fani until today for some reason.
Yeah, I heard that a couple of times, but I just don't get it.
It's Fani. We all know it's Fani.
Yeah, it's Fani.
Bitch, your name is Fani.
It's a name that goes back to like the 1800s. It was real popular in the mid to late 1800s. Because there's books with characters named Fanny from that time. It's not new, so I don't know why everybody's like all trying to dodge the name. Like, stop trying to make it sound like, oh, it's funny.
That's to make it sound less ridiculous, right?
Yeah, less stupid. There's lots of people have stupid fucking names. Okay, not everybody can be named Steve. Okay, that's a nice normal name. No. Some people just hate their kids and want them to have miserable lives, so they give them goofy names.
I can't read that out loud, Cynic. I can spell it. It says her name's Fanny because she's a Qunt.
Let me grab a couple of things that I missed on my stream yesterday.
Oh, please do.
Thank you, Donald Camp, for the feminist donation over on the Cash App. I appreciate that. Sorry I didn't see it before I shut down the stream. And same with Mystic Forest 25. Thank you for the donation. Says, love you, Jack. Thanks for being you. Know your life is busy, but do more streams for us. You tell it like it is. No crap. Well, thank you. That's very nice. Yeah, I'm trying to, but unfortunately, I have a lot of real life stuff going on right now that is incredibly time consuming.
And Dixie Rose, thank you so much. That's very generous to help with Little Butt with the AHA fundraiser. Thank you. That's from Valentine's Day, Jack. How was your Valentine's Day?
I didn't do anything. I'm a single dude in middle age. I'm fucking boring.
Me and Lady Monkey, we just had a frozen pizza and watched a movie together. And I rubbed her feet because she likes that. I don't like doing. One of her friends told her about going out to a restaurant on Valentine's Day, and like it was really busy. Like, yeah,
it's Valentine's.
It's Valentine's Day. You don't go out on Valentine's. Gentlemen. I know you ladies want you to, and do it at least once. Take her to the busiest restaurant in town where you guys got to wait like 3 hours to get in, and then the next year, just be like, baby, let me make you something for dinner. And then you don't have to take her out anymore, man.
Yeah, or you take her somewhere on the 13th or 15th when you
Yeah.
could save money and buy her a really nice gift. I mean the prices are always higher. They always try and suck you into the little extras or stupid little gimmicks. No, just have pizza on Valentine's Day and go somewhere nice the day before, the day after, when you can save some fucking money. Because it's ridiculous. First of all, why is this holiday in February? Like the worst weather possible always happens.
Well,
So
it's
why?
to
I want to go
celebrate.
out in a snowstorm. Meh.
It's to celebrate women and their cold hearts.
That would actually explain a lot.
Just
But that,
playing, ladies. Y'all are the warmest creatures on the earth.
yeah,
No,
right.
I
The
I
cold,
get.
empty feeling of my wallet.
I don't. I don't have a problem with the holiday like a lot of Sweetest Day I will not acknowledge. I'm glad that finally died down.
Yeah, that's stupid.
One is more than enough. But I'm a much more intimate person, Jack. Going out and like that. I don't want to go out and celebrate my love with my woman and 400 strangers who are, celebrating their love. That's yeah. It's
The
one thing
best.
for an anniversary, but like this is the day you're supposed to hump. I think we should just rename it Hump Day, first of all.
Well, and people put way too much on that, and they should be treating their partner good all year round, and do occasional special things for them without having to be told to. If you're just doing it one day a year, you're probably a shitty partner.
Thank you, Retro, for month number 8 as a subscriber. Ranch hot dogs and ramen. How romantic, monkey. No, that we had pizza. It was just
Pizza
it was
with
just
ranch
pizza.
and hot dogs on it.
Ugh. I wouldn't put hot dogs on pizza.
I hope not. I've seen it done with like Vienna sausages. That's fucking gross. It's
I
Wombat Tao's birthday.
I might try it with the Vienna sausage, but
No, don't do it, dude.
the
Don't do it.
the flavor of a hot dog and tomato sauce just don't go together.
Yeah, no,
Whose
don't do it.
birthday? Wombat Tao?
Yeah, Wombat Tao.
Wombat, it's your birthday, and it's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday, dear
birthday, dear
Wombat.
Wombat Tao.
Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday
you.
to you.
Happy birthday. Hope you have a good one. I really do. Monk's got a foot fetish. No, I don't. I'm not a foot person, but
Oh,
Lady Monkey loves having her feet rubbed. Going all the way back to when we were in high school, Jack, she'd lay down to like watch TV or something, put her feet in my lap because she knows I have nervous hands. And I would just start rubbing her feet. And yeah, she's taken advantage of that for 30 fucking years. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, we got to talk about speaking of, Valentine's Day and love and sex, Fanny, which by the way is the British slang for vagina. Here in the United States, it's more an ass thing, but general crotch type region. Close enough, right?
I
Speaking
guess.
of general crotch type area, Fani Willis took the stand today in the case against Donald Trump, but no, it's not against, in the case against the somebody who's that's part of that suit, who's like, hey, she was humping one of the people, and she's like, no, I wasn't, except I was. And so she had to take the stand today for the judge to be listening in on the Trump part of the case. And Jack, we're only going to watch one little part of this unless there's a specific part you want to see.
So many of the clips are just hilariously bad. This bitch is stupid.
I wanted to pay attention to this one specifically. We'll probably watch the one where she, what's the word I'm looking for here? Perjures herself?
Oh, which time?
The White House.
Oh, real quick before we get to this. Thank you, Devil Fruit Zero. Hey, Jack, I feel slow. Do you call it sunshine streams because of the sunshine disinfectant quote? If so, I just got that and feel dumb. Have some money, though. You deserve it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's partly because of that and partly because you can really see the complete horror show during the daylight. In the nighttime, you have the mystery of darkness, which keeps you from seeing a lot of the horrible shit. So
I thought it was a play on the in the morning thing.
it kind of is. That's where I got the idea. And then I was like, you know, there's all these great quotes that go with sunshine.
Oh yeah.
So
So it all goes
like,
together.
yeah, it all kind of just came together in this conglomeration of laziness where I was like, yeah, I'll just name it that.
No, and it works out well in all of those cases. From now on, this will be called the Sunshine Stream just because it's smarter. No, anyway.
We're really lazy.
We really are. Thank you. By the way, I had a donation too. I got distracted by all of that. Thank you, Devil Fruit Zero says, half to you and half to Grand Monkey's fundraiser. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it. All right. So Fani is up here testifying. Can we talk about the testimony itself before we watch any of it? This judge should be removed from the case.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he used to work for her.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
Somebody pointed that out.
He let her get away with so much here.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to answer questions. Half the questions that she does answer, she's not answering the question itself. Frosted, thank you. Sorry, Monkey, but the two meanings of Fani aren't close enough. She's going to get pretty angry if you get those two confused. Fair. That was a big part of her answers. So, like, at one point, she's being asked, has a state car ever driven Mr. What's his name? What's the guy's name in this? Wade, Mr. Wade. Has a state car ever driven Mr. Wade to your house? Basically, did the state ever pay to bring your hoe to you?
Yeah, for that booty call. I mean, document review session.
Nathan Wade, that's it. Nathan Wade. Did and she's like, well, look, because the question actually is, did the state ever pay for a car, meaning the car that she gets comped by the state because she's a DA? Did they ever bring Mr. Wade to your house? And she's like, for the record, I don't stay in my house anymore because of all of the threats I get. And so she's like, the lawyer question. Okay. Look. What about where you lay your head? Because Fani says something to the point, that's not where I lay my head anymore. Okay. It's ever brought it to a place where you lay your head? It's like, well, now you got to be specific about what you're talking about. Bitch, we know what she's talking about. She's asking, did a car paid for by the state ever deliver the penis to where you sleep? And she keeps going, nah, you need to be more specific, and I don't live it. She just dodged every fucking time.
Yep. And she was so condescendingly arrogant.
Fox News wrote a decent story about this, and I say that with as much shock as I do with anybody writing a decent story these days.
Right.
Where they pointed out everything that the left is cheering her for in this is shit that they blast Trump for. Literally, Trump wasn't allowed to give a closing statement in the one case against him because, he's going to go off topic and not talk about what's supposed to be being talked about. Fani did this whole time, and they're like, she is so brave. She stood up to him. I saw one bitch call her a hero.
Yeah, I've seen a couple people say dumb shit like that. Oh, real quick. Thank you, Dixie Rose. Dear God, she has to raise her eyebrows that high to hold up those fake lashes. Yeah, she has weird facial expressions. They all look annoyed and shocked at the same time, which is a pretty impressive feat.
Atheist Icon, thank you so much. Don't tell the waifu. Spend it on cocaine and hookers or some oil for the foot rubs. Thank you so very much. Yeah. We haven't used oil for foot rubs in a long time. It's messy. We just use lotion. Just a massage lotion. There's no humping involved. We're both dressed. We're sitting on the couch in the living room, and I'm basically her butler or whatever. I'm her masseuse. Yeah. I should start charging her. Anyway.
If you want the real rub done.
I wanted to highlight this part of the testimony, Jack. Like I said, if I remember to, we'll go grab the one where she's She blatantly lies about going to the White House. But in this one, she says something here, Jack, that really caught my attention. Here we go.
Let me just be honest. The only one that's ever taken somebody someplace is for his 50th birthday. I consider that I took him to Belize.
Okay, we need to set this up a little bit because she's being questioned about taking people places. And what happens right before this, Jack, is nobody took anybody anywhere, because part of the issue is that he was paying for a bunch of these trips that they went on. And she's like, no, I gave him cash. He didn't actually pay for it. He might. There's one question where the lady goes, but did he take his credit card and actually pay for this? And she goes, well, I don't know if he used a credit card. But did he pay for it is the question, you fucking idiots.
She's not going to emasculate a black man.
Oh, God. Anyway, so the question is, did he take you? And she offers this up on her own. Look, the only person that took anybody anywhere was I took it for the record. I'm not doing an imitation of her. I am doing an imitation of AOC talking to a black crowd. So if anybody hears and it sounds like Monkey's being a little bit stereotypical with the voice, I'm just doing my AOC impression. I'm not doing the impression of a black woman. It's the impression of a Latina woman doing an impression of a black woman. But anyway, so I took him. All right.
And I took him to Belize because, I don't want to discuss his personal business, but I'm happy Mr. Wade is still here with us.
Did you catch that?
That's the salvation booty.
For his 50th birthday, which she goes on to talk about, she went big on his 50th. I really fucking hate that this woman is a prosecutor somewhere. She can barely speak English.
Yeah, she doesn't seem that smart either. She's just very, very arrogant.
Nut says he had cancer. The way that she suggests that makes it sound like he had some emotional issues that she was fixing. Like he was going to kill himself if Boss Lady didn't take him to Belize and bang him for his 50th.
Belize has very curative properties, I hear. I don't fucking know.
Frosted Glass, thank you. My AOC impression involves grease paint. Well, so does AOC's impression. Yeah, I'm like, wait. You took him to Belize for health reasons? What? She tells us before this, Jack, that he's a world traveler. So it's not like this was some lifelong goal of his that he'd never met or anything like that. But like, look, he needed Belize booty to keep him in the world.
Well, yeah, I got nothing. This is fucking dumb. Like her stories just don't make any sense. Like because she dodges so much, you can't figure out what the fuck she's talking about.
Well, my favorite part of this, honest to God, is her talking about how she can't live at her house anymore because of threats. And then she tells the whole world that she keeps between $2,500 and $15,000 at her house at all times.
Yeah. She apparently was told by her dad that the best way to be prepared is to have a lot of money on hand. Like, why would you tell people that? Then you're telling them you're not going to be home. That's smart.
She's doing it to explain away why she paid him back. There's no checks of her ever paying him back. It's never did by check. Sometimes they kind of like traded, right? Like he paid for dinner one time, she paid the next time. You know what I mean? But all of the major payments where he took her places, remember, nobody took anybody anywhere except for when I booty banged them to keep them alive in Belize. But they go to like California, it's in Napa Valley. And they go all around Napa Valley. and they go to a wine tasting thing. It took them to like 4 or 5 different winos. I know it's winery, but it's funny if you say winos.
Yeah.
They go all around. They spend all this money, and she paid him all of that back, Jack, in cash. Apparently, some of it from a campaign.
Yeah. Oh, I got that clip in the queue here.
Do you? Let's watch that clip because
that's the third one.
I can't believe she said this.
She did it to like a campaign finance violation.
Let me. All right. So this is her explaining why she has so much money, because the lawyer asks her, what is that money from? Is this from getting paid by the state? At one point, she tells us she had a job as a magistrate making $100,000 a year, where she'd only have to do like 2 days of work. And she literally, it's the easiest job I ever had. And she's saying all these things to explain where she got all this money from, so she doesn't have to say it came from my salary. Which it seems like a weird thing to flub over. I mean, did you give him money? Is the only real question. But
I'm pretty sure she used the word side hustle a couple times too.
She did. She absolutely did.
Look,
this is what I was talking about. Yes, thank you. Why you are a grown-ass woman talking like you're coming from the strip club instead of sitting in a courtroom where you normally are. This is the kind of stuff they should make a new My Cousin Vinny, but with her as Vinny, so the judge can be like, why are you talking like that?
No, we'll call it Ratchet DA Fani.
Hustle. All right.
Whole life, when I took out a large amount of money on my first campaign, I kept some of the cash of that. Like,
hang on. What'd you just say, bitch?
Whole life, when I took out a large amount of money on my first campaign, I kept some of the cash of that. Like,
that's what we call illegal. You just admitted to campaign finance fraud under oath. By the way, she showed up. They weren't even still sure she was going to testify today. Her lawyers, she showed up in the middle of her lawyers arguing that she shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
She did all of this to herself.
Oh, she made this into an event because she walked out and demanded to be on the stand.
Yep.
It was like some Law and Order shit. It was really, really dumb. And I'm really shocked that she didn't get a contempt citation for that.
She should have.
Oh, absolutely.
Many other times through this. And instead, the one time where she starts throwing her fit, the judge is like, we're going to take 5 minutes and then just we're going to relax. When what he should have been is like, you need to calm down or I will hold you in contempt. Answer the question being asked of you.
Yeah, no bias at all. No, nothing to see here.
And I think that is actually, fuck Fani, man. She's clearly a piece of shit. But the most telling thing that we saw here is just how biased this judge is.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
there's even several parts where the Trump lawyers trying to ask questions and the judge like, we're not talking about that. We're not. Fani's allowed to say whatever the fuck she wants, even though she's only supposed to be answering the questions asked of her.
Yeah.
But the lawyer asking a question, and there's even we've already discussed that, even though it really hadn't been answered. So yeah, the view of this judge is the most telling thing we saw here. Fani being a retard, I kind of expected, Jack. I'm just saying.
To tell you, I just have cash in my house. I don't have as much today.
Yeah, and see, that's her going on to explain. Yeah, I don't know how much I have now, because the suggestion was, what was it, $20,000, and she's like, I ain't never had that much money at my house. But 15 she has. Where's the one with her committing perjury? This one. Hang on. I can't blow that up any further. Oh well. It's not my fault, Jack. It's a limitation of Twitter. Anyway.
I blame older boys.
My next question is based on her opening the door, and therefore I'll just ask it, and Your Honor can decide whether or not it's appropriate. When you went to D.C., did you go to the White House?
I did not go to the White House.
It's weird. The White House thinks she did.
Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't go to the White House. I went to Biden's house or the people's house.
Well. Given what we've seen so far, did you see the room location? She goes to the vice president's residence. That's the location, the VPR.
Oh.
And they're on the side lawn.
Oh.
So technically, she didn't go to the White House, y'all.
She went to the lawn.
And at the vice president's residency, not the White House. We know what the question meant. It's another one of those. And in this case, it is the lawyer's fault for asking the question the way they did. Chaos One, thank you. Wow, bias court is biased. I'm so bored. I'm playing Dead Space again. I know the flamethrower sucks, but I've decided realistically, given what's going on, I would not rely on incapacitating. Denial and eradication only for me. Fair enough.
Nice.
But yeah, so I didn't go to the White House. I met with the vice president at the vice president's mansion. And I didn't even do that, really. I was outside.
Cash me outside.
It's just, and she has the nerve to call them liars. She's splitting hairs. Again, the Fox article about this where they point out that she does everything they say Trump does and gets cheered for it is spot on. It really is. I should dig that up and throw it in for the audience because it's disturbing to see it in real time. Because I watched this after it happened, of course, Jack, because I was asleep through all this shit. But to go, oh, that person who I told to lick my taint blocked me. Oh.
Pussies.
I thought we were going to be best friends. But to go back and actually watch it and see how she behaves and how people are cheering her on for the way she behaves is a little bit disturbing. Shit, did I know I retweeted. I just don't know where it's at. So you guys can look that one up if you want to. I got distracted by my new friend not being my friend no more. Oh, here it is. The new way that they do links over there really bothers me because I miss shit half the time because it looks like I shared a picture when in fact I shared an article.
Yeah, I get thrown by that all the time too. I'm glad they at least started putting the text at the bottom so I knew what the fuck it was supposed to be about.
Although I wish you would have the whole title. I get that there's a thing because half the time I click on it, what is I don't even give a shit about this.
Yeah.
Or people who share tweets or share links, just put a quick little thing saying what it is. It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's a lot of extra steps, monkey. I'm going to be the first to admit that I'm way too lazy for that.
Monkey always losing his play toys. Yeah, it's a good thing there's so many of them. I have a ton. And new ones pop up every day.
Sure seems that way. You're always in communication with some dumb fuck.
It's amazing how many of them keep coming back. Some of them will stalk me for months before they finally, I'm not following you anymore.
They announce it like you care.
Like, oh no, I'll have to find a new douchebag. Oh, look, I tripped on one. Speaking of douchebags, man, we should talk about Vaush. I'm assuming you watched Willie Mack's video?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Because I saw you share it out. I meant to send it to you yesterday and forgot. Willie Mack, our favorite person who can't pronounce woman.
So disappointing.
I love the guy, but for fuck's sake, it's not that hard of a word.
That is becoming a very common pronunciation issue, though. On that whatever podcast, half the people on there can't fucking say the plural of woman. They say woman when they mean women.
Yeah.
So fucking obnoxious. That is really getting on my nerves.
I hear it's a regional dialect kind of thing, and y'all just need to fucking fix it.
No, that's not a regional dialect. That's just lazy speaking.
Yes, I agree. 100%. Willie did a video on Vaush, and when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, I should have figured this was coming. And there was more to it than I even knew.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Like where he goes on with vegan gains and makes the argument that people who have child porn shouldn't be arrested. Yeah. Or when he talked to Mr. Girl and said that if there were strip clubs based on age, the age is one strip club for each age, going literally to infant, because that's who Mr. Girl is. Said that the most popular would be 14 to 17. And they're talking about grown men. They're not talking about other like 14-year-olds going to watch it. Grown men who were telling me that the most popular strip clubs would be 14 to 17-year-olds make me think their hard drive should be checked.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, that's not even what I really wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the defenders, Jack.
Oh my God.
Because look, we went over Vaush's stuff. He's a liar. And for anybody who's like, wait. He was taken out of context. Wait. No, he wasn't. And we went over it the other day. Go look for the Vaush thumbnail from two streams ago. I went over it. He's not taken out of context. And for those, he's just trying to show that you should be against child exploitation. There are different levels of that. And need I remind you, he is suggesting that you should be okay with child porn if you use an iPhone, and he's tweeted from an iPhone.
Yes.
It's just how it is. You can try to dress this up any fucking way you want. There's no way to excuse what he said. And we've been on this forever. We've been talking about this shit a long time. And then it comes out that the fucking retard had lolly porn.
Oh, I'm sure.
But what he said doesn't mean anything. Yeah. He tried playing. Look, this is just the same stuff the alt-right has been doing to me. But, bruh, you had drawn kitty porn. Let's just be honest. Yeah, it's just an alt-right conspiracy against the great Vaush. He even says that. I must be really great for them to come after me like this.
Oh, man. He just used every opportunity to puff himself up because he's a fucking arrogant piece of garbage.
Thank you, Cass1. I'm 33. My guilty pleasure, young but hot, is like 21, for fuck's sake. I need them older than my car, at least. Fair. Well, just telling me like it's short stacked. Because remember, the one picture that he had, it wasn't little girls. It was a little boy.
No, that was a goblin monkey.
It was a goblin. Yeah, it looks like goblin porn. What the fuck is wrong with you?
And his weird, I didn't really realize how much he talked about horsecock.
Yeah.
That's some disturbing shit. And I did like that Willie Mack used the horsecock song.
Yes, he did. I love most of the songs that Willie uses. There's one, if you go back to when he was talking about like the Gabby Hanna stuff and the Eugenia Cooley, however you say her name.
Well, I don't know.
That he used over and over again. I'll have to find it and play it for you sometime. It's my favorite song, and I don't know what it is. I really should reach out to him and ask him. Like, bro, what song is that? Anyhow, we're gonna watch a little part of Willie's video. Normally,
you're gonna watch a little Willie.
We're gonna watch a little Willie. Normally, I don't do this, but he made it easy for me, so we're gonna watch his, but only a very little bit of it. The link to the full thing is down below. You should really check it out. But I wanted to talk about this part because these are the people defending him, Jack. And here we go.
And you've always always been in my life.
He has a great, whoever's doing the editing for him, they pick the perfect songs for the different segments that he does.
Mm-hmm.
If you actually pay attention to what they're singing, like the Horsecock, which comes up later, I believe, they do a really good job. Whoever's editing that, kudos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Three prominent creators defending Vaush are Keffels, Tipster, and Jalen. They called Ethan bad faith and accused him of taking things out of context. When asked what context is missing, they would pearl clutch about irrelevant topics.
How often are you being accused of being a people that you need a nickname for it? If the jacket fits, you must not acquit.
Now, we looked at that the other day, and that's funny as shit. And it's true. Now, I've since learned what pedo jacketing is, Jack.
Oh, yeah? Was it like
it's
straight jackets?
It's like they put a jacket on you that says you're a pedo, even though you're not.
That's even lazier than it sounded like the first time.
Tipster's a tranny chaser. No joke. That is true. He has also been caught with hentai or with lolly before. He is no longer friends with the what they call the commentary community because they all got into an argument over lolly, which he was defending. Again, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about with Lolicon, it's cartoon child porn. Anyway.
Oh, real quick. Thank you, Frosted Glass. No, Jack, Vaush is completely innocent. That's why he ended the stream immediately, interrupting his impression of the Sam Neill scream from Event Horizon.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man, that movie is so fucking good. I love Event Horizon. That's just, if you want scary sci-fi, that's your film.
All right, so here comes the defense here. Bring it to us, fatty. Man, he's gotten even fatter.
Well, he's full of degeneracy.
Ethan, I don't know if you realize how optically bad what you just said looks. This looks terrible, Ethan. You are talking to a community of people, the LGBTQ community, which are very regularly accused of being pedophiles and groomers constantly.
Yeah, in this case, we're talking about her, Keffels in this case, because that's who this was in reply to. Keffels standing up for Vaush, who is defending drawn kitty porn. I really don't know where the pedo jacket part would even fit there.
Accusations just have to be thrown out to dissuade from the original argument. Like, it's just a big distraction and sleight of hand. Oh, what you're doing is just, it's so mean because Keffels is trans, man. Well, Keffels is defending somebody saying pedo stuff. So I don't care which team they're batting for. I don't care what you like to wear. I don't care about any of that shit. Stop defending pedophiles.
But do you know that trans people are called groomers?
I don't know if actual trans people are ones with dysphoria. I know that a lot of the trans trenders are called groomers because they seem to be want to be around children a lot.
Flint brings it up in chat, and it will come up in the video in a minute. But yes, Keffels used to be part of a Discord called Catboy Ranch. Keffels has also said that they used to live near train tracks so that they could trick autistic people into fucking them, and has made, let's call them, questionable comments about children. Anyway.
Constantly being accused of these things.
Thank you, Keldrick. Tipster's so fat, he has a moon in orbit. No, that's just his stink like Pigpen.
And you're going to ask them the question, how often are you being accused of being a that you need a nickname for it?
This guy got in trouble for lolly. Can you tell?
I love Willie.
Very contentious topic, to say the least. And I think the thing that I hate the most about this topic is it's almost 1 year to the day that I had a fight with the YouTube commentary people revolving around a similar topic.
A similar topic, literally lolly. It's not a similar topic. It's the exact same topic, except I guess you could say it's a little bit more than that, because we have Vaush saying that, child porn shouldn't be illegal, that there's no good argument against it, and all of the other stupid shit we've already covered. They're defending this, Jack.
Of course they are.
Why would you defend this?
I don't know.
Unless it's what you like.
Literally
I
have
do.
Ethan's phone number. He gave it to me. I'll try to call him later. Do not call me.
Okay, this revolves around Ethan's follow-up, because he did a second stream where they talked about this. And I watched more of that one than I did the first one. And Keffels came out and said that she would try to call Ethan. I have his phone number. I will call him and try to get him to stop this. And Ethan's like, I don't remember giving you my number. Do not call me. And so Keffels, that's the voice we're going to hear, is explaining. And it's another one of those things, Jack, like, what does this have to do with fuck all?
I don't remember giving you my phone number. I don't remember talking to you on the phone, but do not call me, please.
Do you want to know the context of that?
What's the context?
It was back when Twitter circles was still a thing. And I was suicidal. It was before I went to rehab. And he saw a Twitter circle where I was talking about how I wanted to just fucking end it. And he reached out and gave me his phone number. That's what the context was.
So Ethan did something
Piece of
nice
shit.
for somebody?
It's like really
Hang on.
f***ed up with the context that I have his phone number because I was planning to kill myself. And now it's just like a big joke laughing at me.
Crazy.
Yeah, Jack. Keffel's back on her suicide tour, which she'll get back to as she gets less fame. She used to do this from time to time. She was very much Boogie-esque and like, I'm gonna hurt myself. And Ethan reached down with, hey, if you need help, give me a call. I don't know you, but I will do my best to help you out. And she's like, I'm going to use this phone number that he gave me because of a severe mental health break, which, by the way, wasn't real, guys. I'm going to use that to get him to change his stance on Vaush's lolly. And then she has the balls to pretend Ethan is somehow in the wrong here because he's laughing at her. Her taking advantage of this situation, again, where she pretended that she was going to, be suicidal. Used to do it all the time. Seriously, go look it up. You're using that to get phone numbers of people so that you can later shame them into agreeing that it's okay to have lolly porn and say that actual CP is okay?
Apparently.
And Ethan's the degenerate here? Look, I don't like Ethan Klein. I think the guy's a douchebag, but he's right on this.
Yeah, well, monkeys and typewriters.
She has the balls all right. No, she had them cut off. She had her balls cut off. It was a big thing. She went overseas or something for it, right? And then went and told her dying dad about it. Or did it with his money or I forget exactly the things. Yeah, Keffels is a piece of shit. But yeah, this is their defense. But bad things happen to trans people. And?
Yeah, what's the point?
Bad things happen to lots of people who don't then defend people defending child porn.
Right?
I've had bad things happen, Jack.
Well, I think everybody has.
There's other great parts of this where Vaush is like, I thought me and Ethan were cool. And people in the audience are like, somebody should tell Ethan about how Vaush stood up for him. So if somebody stands up for you and they genuinely think you're in the right, if they then are caught, pushing child porn and having drawn child porn on their computer, you got to be like, oh man, they stood up for me. I got to take their side now.
Oh yeah, there's a statement a guy named Ricky once made, shouting across a room at a fat woman, who said something like, "No one cares." And I think that applies here. Like, oh, you stood up for me. They stood up for me once. They owe me. No, but nobody cares. That was then. This is now. This is a different subject, different topic, if you will. I'm not required to do anything. Go fuck yourself.
Doesn't it bring into question anything they defend? Because at that point, didn't they just admit, hey, I defend people because they're my friends rather than it's right? I mean, I don't do that. If you're my friend and you do something really fucked up, I'm going to say you did something really fucked up.
Yeah, I would hope so. But that's how a lot of the leftists think. They think in collective hive mind.
Yeah.
You all have to be believing the exact same thing.
You know, in a weird way, this is related to a conversation I just had on Twitter where once again, that skateboard chick got beat by a dude. So did a whole lot of other women. Black Dynamite, thank you. Is anyone really surprised? As soon as I seen Vaush, I knew he was a creep. Saw this coming a mile away, and his fan base could care less. Well, the thing is, none of this is a mile away. I hear what you're saying there, but aside from being a doughy boy with a fucking man bun, my distaste for Vaush goes all the way back to him, you know, proudly saying all of this stuff for years. This isn't new. What should be disturbing, and this is where I will go in on Ethan a little bit, none of this has been hidden. This shit has been out there for years, and Ethan hasn't said fuck all about it. He had Vaush on with this shit out in the ether, but it's only once they found his folder, when he accidentally shows his porn folder on stream, that suddenly like, oh, you mean the guy who says CP is okay? Thinks CP might be okay? That's fucking weird, y'all. Ethan was pushing this idiot to his fans. Ethan was pushing Keffels to his fans, despite the shit, and painting Keffels as some kind of fucking victim during the Kiwi Farms bullshit. So Ethan is not guilty here. He's been promoting these people with all of this being known. And don't tell me that they couldn't do any fucking research on it, because they went after Amaranth's husband because Amaranth made a fake video about how scared she was and then doxed the wrong guy that night on stream. They could do a little bit of fucking research here. The problem is all of these lefties are degenerates, and this made it so that they couldn't defend the degenerate, or they couldn't just ignore it anymore, Jack, because it blew up. This stuff has been out there forever. A lot of these videos of Vaush are between 3 and 5 years old. So Ethan and his sudden distaste for Vaush and Vaush's views, I do question a little bit. Throwing that out there. Anyway, Jack. So this skateboard chick is like, this isn't fair. No, it wasn't that one. Sorry, this is a whole different conversation. There's a girl who, was it the girl? Yeah, the girl in a wrestling match. It is a female, Jack, but she's trans, don't you know? Oh, so for the last year, she's been taking testosterone. Taking testosterone when you're not, supposed to have testosterone will help you build muscle. In fact, yeah, it's weird. It will make you stronger. And somebody said it was unfair, and this person was like, oh, how dare you take away their life-saving HRT?
Okay.
To which I simply asked the question, what disease does HRT solve? What disease does it fix? And somebody told me that if I don't get it, I just won't. I'm paraphrasing the conversation. You can read it on Twitter if you want. And it's just manipulation. That's all it is. It's emotional manipulation. Because they say, hey, you have to have this. It's a life-saving treatment. All right, let me lay this out for you. If you believe that trans people are more likely to kill themselves. Which, remember, when we talk about the 41%, that's ideation. It's the number of people who have thought about suicide, and I believe it's like over the last year. And that's where the 41 comes from. It's not even actual suicides.
Or attempts.
Or attempts, right. So what you're actually talking about is the mental part of it. And what you guys are telling me is that the way you fix the mental part of that is by affirming it. You have delusional people who are suicidal, and the way you fix them is to indulge the delusion. You affirm it. That's how I know you guys don't actually care about life-saving anything. Because if you did, what you would be saying is, affirmation is the wrong thing. We need treatment. This person needs severe psychological help. And your answer is, just give them hormones.
Pump them full of drugs.
Let them go out there and beat women or, well, yeah, beat women. That's what they really like. They like women getting beat, man. But anyway, yeah, there was a study that came out the other day, Jack, that showed that, affirming care doesn't actually do shit. Shocking. It's a study that actually looks through a bunch of other studies, so it's one of those. And this is from I want to say it was the APA. Was it the APA? The American Psychological Association, I think.
See, I would disagree with that. I think it makes doctors a lot of money.
I think that they're also starting to look at how much it's going to cost them. Because the American Association of Pediatrics has been on board with this. The AMA has been on board with it. The APA. All of these medical associations have jumped on with literally no evidence. And now doctors are starting to get sued over it.
Yeah.
And suddenly they're like, oh, wow, we can't actually find any actual, good that came from this.
Our legal defense just got shot down.
Fuck, I'm gonna get sued. And yeah, they absolutely should be, because this is malpractice. Name me any other delusion that you cure by, indulging it.
Stalking.
Nope.
It's not cured anymore because he's got what he wanted. Her love is all mine in that crawl space. Thank you, Frosted Glass. Holy shit, all of my friends are monsters. Ethan Klein for the past 6 months. Also, between Vaush and Cheng, I think all bread tubers should be required to stay 500 feet away from any horse. I agree.
And child. I'm just gonna be honest.
Any schoolyard or stable.
Yeah, and I'm not saying all trans or gay people or anything like that are groomers. I'm saying all lefty ones are.
Yeah, if they're like espousing communist talking points, guard your children and your animals.
Yep, they're gonna try to hump them.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, Vaush has videos where he talks about having put a lizard on his wiener.
Yeah, he's a weird dude.
Yeah, he admitted to bestiality on stream. Now, it was just a joke. It's not a joke to put a lizard on your dick. That's weird and criminal.
Yeah, poor lizard.
And he even said, and the lizard licked it. Yeah, that's how lizards tell where they are. They use their tongues a lot, Vaush. I guess he didn't tell us what kind of lizard. So I might be giving maybe the lizard just likes Vaush dick,
I highly doubt that.
Even if it does, it's an animal and can't consent, you fucking freak.
But it was for the lizard's pleasure.
Anyhow. Yeah, but guys, go watch Willie's video to find out things even we didn't know about Vaush. I've been following the exploits of that retard for quite some time, and there was shit in there I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Man. Seriously, what the fuck? I know, Badger. That's who we're talking about. How dare you guys take him out of context? When he said he put a lizard on his wiener, that was a metaphor for when he puts a child on his wiener. I mean, shit.
Oh, it's a
mixing
goblin
metaphors.
metaphor.
Fuck. How do you defend this shit? All right.
I don't know.
Enough of these assholes. Let's talk about some other assholes, Jack. Let's
yeah.
talk about our president because we've got to watch that video.
Oh my god. Dude.
Oh dear Christ. I didn't retweet it, so I gotta dig through here to find it real fast. Oh, here it is. Now, I just want to preface this by saying I have no idea what the fuck they were trying to achieve with this. It literally doesn't make any sense to me. So, this is a campaign put out, or an ad put out by the Joe Biden campaign.
Oh man, you got chicken fingers. You got all this. I want the root of making sure I had the hamburger. So tell me about you guys. What you doing?
Okay.
I feel so bad for these really nice kids. These kids were so nice with this old man at the home.
I don't mean to be this way. I really don't. But why do they put this in here? Why do they point out the black people are eating chicken and Biden's eating a hamburger?
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken, yes. What? Assassin the Great, yeah. I'm not gonna say that on here. But yeah, look at the black people eating the chicken.
Later he's gonna have tacos with some Mexicans.
Even if they hadn't mentioned this, I probably wouldn't even have noticed the difference. But why does he make a big deal of it?
I don't know.
Do y'all do this when you sit down and eat with people? Go, oh, I see you got the chicken. I don't. I tend to be, there usually when they order, Jack, or know what they typically like. Frosty Glass, thank you. $5 said he made them use the servant's entrance. I don't understand this. I get what they're trying to do with, humanizing him, I guess, with Negroes. I don't know. But why didn't he just ask, hey, do y'all like watermelon?
You're very clean and articulate, like my friend Obama.
I just don't get it. I really don't. But anyway.
These days.
Why don't you share about your passion of sports?
I'm playing AAU basketball right now.
I'm not going to lie and say a lot of black people don't like basketball. They do. I like basketball and chicken, for the record, Jack. Do you think if Biden sat down with me though and we had a conversation, it would be about chicken and basketball?
Not likely.
Thank you, Snubberearth. I'm kind of jealous. Good fried chicken joints are rare around here, and as president, I bet he gets the good stuff. I couldn't tell where this was from because it's kind of the coloring of Chick-fil-A, but that is not Chick-fil-A.
I think it is Chick-fil-A, actually.
Is it?
I think so. I'm not sure. It might be some local thing that's like a knockoff of Chick-fil-A, but I thought it was Chick-fil-A when I looked at it.
Can you imagine if Donald Trump put out an ad with black people talking about basketball and chicken?
No, I don't think he's that stupid.
If anybody, Popeyes, is that what that is? Fair enough.
Oh, is it Popeyes? Oh. Popeyes is pretty good, actually, even though you got to go to the hood to get it.
I do notice that, everybody else's food is being eaten out of the styrofoam, but just as a plate.
Well, I mean, he probably chewed the styrofoam a few times. They're like, no, we can't do this.
We had to stop letting him have styrofoam. He kept almost dying. Oh my God. I I shouldn't be this way, but I'm tempered by reality of today. And if Joe Biden is Donald Trump in this instead, this is a racist commercial.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's got black people talking basketball and eating chicken. Why do you bring up the chicken? I don't. Anyway, so you got the chicken fingers, Negro boy.
But he probably didn't know what else to say because he doesn't know these people and he's forgetting where he is. So he's like, "This is really good food, right? Food that's safe to talk about."
Yeah. Anyway, we will watch the rest of this. Bunch of fat racist crybabies. Who? Snubber,
That's not nice to talk about Vaush and his ilk that way.
Snubber, thank you. Jack, I'm gonna let you finish, but Hardee's had the best fried chicken, and I'm so mad they don't sell it anymore.
Oh, dude, I miss Hardee's. They used to have a couple of them around me, but since I moved a while back, there aren't any, and I don't think there's any within like 50 miles anymore. They were delicious. Hardee's fried chicken was good, but do you remember Roy Rogers restaurants?
I've never eaten in one, but I know what they are.
Oh, they were good. Just like A&W restaurants. A&W restaurants had good burgers, and of course you got A&W root beer floats.
A&Ws are still around. There's one not far from here. I used to eat there when I worked at Walmart.
I am very jealous because I like that place.
Mr. Dax, thank you for that feminist $12. Fry that chicken. Children sniffing, on bike tripping, English forgetting. Thank you so much.
All accurate.
Yeah, I haven't had A&W in quite a while, and my son was just talking about it the other day. We might have to go there sometime when summer comes back around, because I'm not sitting in my car freezing, because they are just the outdoor restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that. No, there's a lot of restaurants like that aren't around me anymore, and I miss them. A lot of places have gone under, like Pizza Inn. I don't know if you're old enough to remember them.
Oh, Darth Mondo just had A&W for dinner.
Ah, I'm jealous. I may be a little hungry.
I love their cheese fries, man. Anyway.
Are you really? Are you guard?
Yes, sir.
Now, what grade are you in?
7th grade.
7th grade.
Right now, I'm just doing basketball.
I was waiting for him to ask if he found. Is your school as hard as it is for white people?
You see any pretty girls there? If you do, sniff them for me. Let me know what their shampoo tastes like.
Dames Collection says, love the show, guys. Just subscribed. Your takes are spot on. I appreciate that, man. Welcome.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Basketball, point guard on the JV team for my school.
How about in school? How y'all doing in school? You should tell the president about the school.
Favorite thing about it is the business academy I'm in. We get to travel, so we've been to NC State, Wake Tech, and
You're kidding me.
we went to this small dry cleaning business, and it's cool. It's a great experience.
I'm impressed.
Why? Because the kid took some initiative?
Because the black kid went to business school, I guess. Seriously, who thought this was a good idea? Who there at the DNC or the Biden campaign say, you know what we should do? Let's make Biden look as racist as Kamala said he was.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this does him any favors. Just because it comes off as very stereotypical. I do like that the kids look a little shy, but they seem to be trying to be nice to the old man, but they're very uncomfortable. They obviously aren't around really old people a lot, and they're kids. I don't expect them to be.
It's also the president of the United States,
Is he? Because I don't think he knows that.
Dave says, I know acting proper when I see it. Well, I'm okay with that, honestly, because I do think children should be taught that, you act different in different situations. The way me and Jack talk offline is slightly different than we talk online, because we'd get kicked off if we didn't.
Yeah, true story.
Yeah. So it's a good thing to teach kids. But and you know what? If this kid's what he said, 7th grade, and in doing business stuff already.
No,
That's
that's the other kid's 7th grade. This kid's older, I think. I think he's a junior.
Okay. Well, okay, even then, junior already interested in business. Good on him.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
awesome.
Like, these kids are very polite. They seem like really nice kids. They're trying really hard. They're dressed nicely. The dad is being respected, and he's being polite. These seem like very nice, normal kids. And the president looks like he's at the retirement home about to have them read him a story. He's like, I don't know what's going on.
Yes, sir, it is. It just started just a couple of years ago.
You know how much this guy loves you. You just feel it, can't you?
Yes, sir.
Your dad jumped in front of a bull for you. By the way, we dads are hard to raise. Once you're a teenager, we're hard to raise. So you gotta be patient with us, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And now you're gonna remind the whole world that your son's a degenerate crackhead.
Yeah.
In the video where you brought up a bunch of black stereotypes, huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Do you guys like crack? My son likes crack. He speaks very highly of it.
I think I know what they were going for. Just trying to personalize him. And look how at ease he is around black people. One, he's not at ease there.
No,
he's not at ease anywhere because he's got fucking dementia.
Yeah, he looks confused all the time. And he's doing the same thing the kids are doing, like that nervous laughter with like,
yes,
I don't really know what to say right here. We don't know anything about each other. This is very awkward. But the kids were polite. Biden was polite, but it just looked like an advertisement for old folks' homes. Like, oh, we have local community members come in and hang out with the elderly. This is a great place for dad to retire. He'll have fun meeting the local youth as they come around to visit and read them stories.
I'm shocked he didn't tell him the story about black kids touching his hair at the pool.
Yeah,
his leg hair at the pool.
Rub my leg hair. Let me tell you about corn pop while you do that.
I don't know what kind of fucking retard thought that would be smart.
I don't either. But I will say the dad had a really nice watch.
Oh, did he? I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah, that has that really nice black watch. Looked like a citizen watch. Really good, stylish choice. I like that.
I like nice watches.
I do too. Yeah.
Now I gotta go back and see.
Yeah, but no, I thought it was really nice. They got these people to sit down and have dinner with this lonely old man.
You know why I didn't? I'm not a fan of the black face watch. I like a black band, but I like a more silver tone to the watch itself.
Yeah, I mean, I get you on that, but I think a lot of watches go good with certain outfits, and others don't. So yeah, I mean, silver I tend to wear more for like special occasions, like you're dressing up for something.
Yeah. Now, sports watches I typically wear when I don't wear watches very often, but more of they were black because the whole thing was, like the rubber and it would cover it. So if you hit it, it didn't get busted.
Yeah.
But I prefer silver. I have a very nice gold one. I have a couple silver ones that are nice. My Sammy Sosa one is silver. Yes, I have a Sammy Sosa watch. I don't care.
I'm judging you quietly. Go on.
It was a gift, actually, way back in the year when the Cubbies were doing so good. But yeah, it's nice to see somebody wearing a watch and it's not a fucking smartwatch.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like those things.
If not a smartwatch, not a square watch. I don't like square watches.
If it doesn't have a calculator on it, when you're not Dick Tracy, no square watches.
Look up Pepsi Rolex. I don't wanna. That sounds like some weird made up sexual position.
Oh.
Snubber says, I never cared for fancy watches. I just want the time. I hear you, but I like a nice watch. It's the one piece of jewelry that I do like. Don't care about rings or necklaces. I like a nice watch.
Yeah, because it is a fashion accessory basically now.
Mhm.
But yeah, you can have a watch that coordinates with your outfit. Well, that's what the ladies always told me. But yeah, you can have a watch that coordinates with the occasion, that sort of thing. And I tend to lose my phone a lot, so I need to know what time it is. And something strapped to my arm that tells me the time is very helpful. Plus, you can navigate with it at night.
I searched it. It's just watches. All right. Did you look it up?
Yeah, the Rolex watches, they're pretty nice. I don't have 42 grand to drop though.
Why did Rolex make a Pepsi colored watch?
Who are you to ask them what they're doing? Who do you think you are, monkey?
Yeah, not a fan of the coloring on that.
It looks okay. I'm okay with it. It's not something I'd own, but I don't like detest it. I kind of hate watches that have the inset date on it because it always gets fucked up.
Yeah.
And I never know how to fix it.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, real quick. Thank you, Mr. Dax. Oh, Jesus. Joe, that's a nice cotton shirt. Did you pick it yourself?
Jesus Christ. I wouldn't have been shocked if he said something like that, if I'm being honest.
I wouldn't either. And he probably would have meant it perfectly innocuous. Like, did you select that shirt for yourself?
Right.
But he would have said it in the most racist way possible.
Holy shit, that's expensive. I was just looking, Jack, for like a watch I might like to give you an idea more of what I prefer because, it's my show and I'm being conceited.
Yeah.
And then I saw the price on this thing. Fuck me. $7,800.
Nope. That does look like a nice watch. I mean, that's a special occasion watch.
Yeah, I like that. That is really pretty.
Yeah, that is classy. That I don't own anything that classy.
$8,000 for a watch.
No, I think the most I've ever paid for a watch was maybe $100. Probably not even that much. Probably like 70. And that was for like a dressy, high end one.
It might be, excuse me. It might be kind of a junker these days, but for $7,800, you could get a whole car to go around the thing telling you the time.
You could get a mobile home for that. I mean, a place to live. It'd be a single wide, but you could get a place to live. Real fast. Thank you, Circus Zero, for that really generous donation for the Live and Eat Cheap Fund. Oh, true story, man. Thank you so much.
My most was $500, and that was an antique. The most I've ever paid for a watch is probably $50, maybe.
I would have said that about 10 years ago, but I know I bought a watch that was much more expensive. I got a couple of really nice ones for free because when my brother would go overseas, he'd bring back like watches, especially from Asia. And we ended up with some really nice watches, like Citizen watches that he picked up in the Philippines for $30.
Sir, thank you so much. Like an hour behind live, but for the Grand Monkey getting first again for the fundraiser. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I spent $20 on a Green Bay Packer watch. Most of the watches I bought were ones that I wore at work, and I was breaking them constantly, Jack.
Yeah.
I was doing physical manual labor. The nice watches that I have all been gifts. The one that I mentioned is gold. That was a gift from my wife, as was the Sammy Sosa one. I have one that my father-in-law just gave me, the Omega watch I told you about.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have the money. If I was like Elon Musk rich, those guys who have whole closets full of sneakers, mine would be lined with with watches because I like watches. I wouldn't even wear any of them. I'd just have them to have them.
I think I'd be like extravagant and have 3 pairs of shoes and 5 watches.
I would buy all the cool ones I wanted, but I'm never going to be that rich. So
not yet. Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes. All right. We got to go back to a douchebag on here. This is not the watch hour. Well, I mean, it is, but not that kind of watch.
Yeah, remind me to tell you about a watch brand I learned about the other day when we get off
Cool.
air.
All right. We have the first of two really stupid videos, and I realize we've watched some stupid shit already, but really stupid videos. Starting with she needs a nickname. Prison bitch. And I'm calling her that because she's got the neck tattoo.
She looks like a coffee Chandra.
Coffee Chandra. I like that.
So as I'm sitting here sipping this $8 coffee, I'm just wondering if I'm the only girl living in Delulu land.
No, most women live in Delulu land.
I don't know why, but Delulu annoyed the shit out of me.
Yeah, because it's one of those cutesy words that like those pretentious middle class chicks that don't have jobs and think they're like 10 out of 10 say.
Delulu land. Shut up.
Oh my god, you're cray cray because you live in Delulu land. Shut up.
Danger says you could get a cheap watch and hire an illegal to tell you the time for $7,800. You're not wrong. Her name is Ivana Humpelot. Kristen Johnson. How do you say her first name? I don't remember. That's who played Ivana Humpelot in Austin Powers. The chick from Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, I don't remember her name.
Because I cannot afford this $8 coffee.
And yet, there it is. Would you blow somebody for that?
Am I the only one living in Delulu land? I bought this $8 coffee I can't afford.
That's just bad decision making. I don't know about delusional land, but
Kristen, okay, thank you. Yeah,
I honestly can't afford shit. I can't afford my car, my house, groceries.
somebody pointed this out on Twitter. Her hair's obviously been done professionally.
Yep.
She's wearing a shit ton of makeup.
Mm-hmm.
That's if not brand new, close to new sweater she's wearing, shirt. Probably in the $50 to $100 range. She's in a car, which I'm not, that one maybe somebody else bought, or you know what I mean? So I'm not going to judge the car too much, but she's got giant spider earrings and a tattoo on her neck, sipping an $8 coffee.
Yeah. There's a lot of purchases there that weren't necessary for life.
Black Romeo says that's not Delulu land, that's Dettville. Fair.
Which is real close to the Hooverville, where you're going to be living if you keep spending money above your means.
I mean, like, how can this coffee be $8 when minimum wage is literally like $8?
It's literally like $7, but I'll give her close enough because she doesn't seem that smart.
That's true.
But what does the price of a coffee have to do with the price of, or the minimum wage?
Maybe she gets paid in coffee.
Perhaps.
Like you get one coffee an hour for each hour worked.
So excuse me while I just continue to live in Delulu land.
No. We cannot forgive you for that, because what you're going to do is put yourself into debt and ruin your life, stupid.
Well, look, we all have to live with our poor choices, and some people need consequences, and some of these young people especially need to learn money management, and the only way they're going to do that is if they have consequences.
Dave says that OnlyFans ain't clicking no more is what I hear. Fair.
Yeah. Well,
And
I mean, she's like a Midwest 6.
Cynic pointed out it's that much because idiots like you keep paying $8 for coffee.
Yeah. Price will come down because somebody will come along with cheaper coffee, and Starbucks will go out of business.
I don't want to hear about $8 coffee when you idiots were happy spending $4, $5, and $6 for coffee.
Yep.
It's coffee. It's actually pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But you throw a name brand on it, and these idiots are like, I will give you my firstborn for a sip of that nasty shit.
They're hooked on the pumpkin spice, monkey.
I love the pumpkin spice.
I need it. I need the spice. The spice must flow.
Pumpkin spice costs $8. I'm gonna die. It's one thing to treat yourself every now and then, Jack. How much you want to bet this chick goes to the coffee place every time she goes out?
Oh yeah, I'd guess at least once a day, probably more.
Oh, I got to correct Chibs here. He says she gives me basic white bitch vibes. No. There's no vibes here. She is pure radiated basic white bitch.
Yeah.
This is why people don't like white bitches. By the way, not all white women are like this, just the really dumb ones.
Yeah, dumb middle class ones.
They tend to be upper middle class if we're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue to get my coffees I can't afford because I'm going to continue to live.
I'm not willing to make sacrifice to pay my bills. No, I'm owed. Damn it! The world owes me. I deserve this lifestyle.
Yeah, and that's the problem here. This is an entitlement mentality.
Oh, it absolutely is.
And an ignorance one, because, sweetheart, if you can't afford that coffee, soon you won't be able to buy that coffee.
Whatever. I'll just marry up 6 figures.
And dig myself deeper and deeper and deeper into a gigantic financial hole.
Over coffee.
And probably diabetes because it's got a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah, that's not just coffee. There's creamer in there. There's whipped cream on top of those. Because isn't that a McDonald's one? Or is that a Starbucks one?
I think that's a Starbucks because the green straw.
Green straw. Okay, fair. So yeah, there's all kinds of added bullshit in there. You're going to ruin your life over coffee. And you're saying other people are in Delulu land, or asking if other people are in Delulu land with you. I mean, they are, because there's a whole bunch of, Jack, I thought about this. This is part of the problem with poor people in America being able to basically live like rich people.
Yep.
And some of y'all be like, I don't live like rich. If you go to a poor country, and let's go back to the Russian Revolution, right? Mm-hmm. If you're just your standard little Russian, you lived a completely different life than the Tsar. That's why the anger towards the Tsar, I understand. Because, like, he's getting to Venezuela not long ago with Maduro, where he orders in the private chef when his people are literally having to eat zoo animals to stay alive.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen here in America. Here in America, poor people have televisions and smartphones and video games and brand new clothes all the time somehow. We didn't do that when I was young, Jack, because we were poor.
Well, there weren't the social safety nets back then that there are now.
I worn my brother's clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, I had tons of hand-me-downs from cousins. I was too large to wear my brother's stuff because he was skinnier than I am. I'm a fat boy.
It actually worked out nice for most of my life because my little brother got most of the hand-me-downs because I was taller than my brother, all except for the years where he had gone through puberty and I haven't yet.
Wow.
So yeah, I was always taller than him. So I still had hand-me-downs, but most of those came from my cousins who are 4 and 5 years older than us.
Yeah, it's my cousins were 3 and 5 years older.
Yeah, but anyway, sweetheart, you're gonna go broke.
Well, I just did the math. If she bought an $8 coffee every day for 300 out of the 365 days, 366 during leap year, she'll have spent $2,400.
She spends if she buys it every month, every day. A 30-day average month is $240 a month.
Yeah.
Yep. And when you do it for the full year, if she did it daily, it's almost $3,000.
Yeah, that's a pretty big chunk of change. At least for people like me, that's a lot of money. I don't have that kind of money to waste.
She can't buy groceries. That's $200 worth of groceries a month.
Yeah. Yeah, which these days isn't as much as it used to be, but you can still survive. That's a lot of money. That could raise your standard of living, because if you just devoted a percentage of that money toward rent, you could live in a nicer place.
Hi, Mickey.
Hi, Mickey.
I saw you much earlier before the show, and I forgot to say hi. Go ahead.
Thank you, Evolved Potato. I know that a large cappuccino with an extra shot and 2 sugars is $5 Australian, because I always have to buy my dad coffee and I've memorized it. So $8 American is just a retarded amount of money for your 50% sugar monstrosity. Yeah, it absolutely is ridiculous. Eating out in general is way overpriced right now. Like McDonald's value meals here are about $8 to $12, sometimes more, depending on what city you live in. It's insane.
Did you see the dumb about the $50 minimum? Minimum wage?
Yeah, I sent you that video.
That was what was that? Frisco? I forget where that was at.
I don't remember what city that was offhand. But
did we watch that, or did I know you sent it to me?
No, we didn't watch it.
Okay.
Real quick, thank you, Frosted Glass. For fuck's sake, quit complaining about your coffee. Don't you know there's starving kids in China? Modeling for Vaush doesn't pay much. Ew.
Dude, I worked at McDonald's when I was 18. And at the time, a senior coffee was like 39 cents or something like that. I forget the exact month, but those old people knew it. It went up a penny, and they lost their goddamn minds.
Yep.
Meanwhile, today, these fucking idiots are paying $8 for a coffee. Anyway, we have a different retard to watch this time, Jack. Also, on the Twitter machine, actually, they both come from TikTok. This one is,
oh god,
yeah, for you is not this person. Their name is Kelsey Won't. Yes, you will.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd look at this one because I figured you had enjoyed this one.
Yeah, Kelsey here has some shit to say about the way the world works. Why do young people get to have a voice? Most of them are retarded.
For some reason, we have this youth obsession where we think young people are like smart and wonderful and all this, and they're usually dumb, smelly, and useless.
Is that a guy? No, that's a chick. She got her nose ring in. Yeah, she's got, maybe a little bit of masculine features, but no, that's a chick.
I get so viscerally angry when I think about the fact that we just made up like jobs and money.
When I got to this part, Jack, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how bad it was going to get, though.
Yeah, well, she starts off by lowering the bar. Like, wow, this is pretty bad. Could she possibly go lower? And then she's like, yes, I can.
Wonder if Monkey will also cover SB 1160. Is that the gender thing up there in Canada? You have to remind me what SB 1160 is.
Like, what? Why did we do this?
To live, you fucking retard.
What?
Why? Oh my god, I can't. I was thinking about this because I was watching a video of like all these celebrities at the Super Bowl, and like they have all this money, and that's something that like the majority of us, like 95% of us, will never see in our lifetime, is like getting to go to the Super Bowl because we don't have the money to do that. And these people,
it's actually like 99.999%, but she's not smart, so I'll give her the 95.
people can just like go every year like it's nothing to them, and it's like, wait, why did this system have to have? Who came up with this system? Like, what? Wait, money? Like, why did we do this? Like, why? Like, jobs? Like, what? I don't understand.
She put thought into this, Jack.
Well, she thinks she did.
I sat there and I thought, people get to go to the Super Bowl. Why do jobs exist? Why do money exist? Does she mean the division of labor? No. Just wait. It gets worse.
I don't understand why we did any of this. I don't think we could have just lived happily, like frolicking in fields and eating our own food, but we have.
Yeah, frolicking in fields. That's what you would do if it weren't for capitalism.
It's what the cavemen were doing, Jack. They were just frolicking in fields and growing their own food.
Yeah, like they do. Nobody had to harvest it or plant it or make sure that like weevils and shrews weren't getting into it or rabbits stealing it and then fending off predators that were coming in the night. No, you didn't have to do any of that. You just had to frolic and occasionally pull fruit off of trees like it's the Garden of fucking Eden or something.
Had to fucking do all of this, and now I have to go to a 9-to-5 that barely pays me enough to live, and I'm miserable every single day, and I just want to like
wait for it. Here it comes.
Like, I'm cool with like Taco Bell, running water, electricity, like the necessities, but
I'm cool with Taco Bell, running water, electricity, the necessities.
Well, who's going to run all this stuff? Because if everybody's out frolicking and they just have to pick the fruit or whatever, who's going to make sure to maintain the equipment for or feed you at Taco Bell or run the supply chain?
You beat me, Frosted. 1, my pause game on point. 2, she actually just called Taco Bell a necessity.
Well, people have the poop monkey.
I really like Taco Bell, but a necessity.
A lot of people like pooping.
A necessity? This just shows you the kind of brain that it takes. To be, she wants her Taco Bell. I would much rather be running through the fields picking my own fruit. I mean, Taco Bell's a necessity.
Taco Bell.
I think I see why you're not making very much money, sweetheart. You're not very smart and you're kind of ugly, so you can't just do it that way.
Yeah, she's very plain.
She's probably a stripper on the day shift. So she doesn't even make minimum wage.
I don't think she could make the D team that goes up.
Oh, I bet
in the morning.
I bet she could. She could put on a fat suit.
other than that, I just don't. How did we get here? I just look around sometimes and I'm just like, what the fuck? Why did we do this?
I'm going to answer that sincerely. Thank you, Frosted Glass. This is Eddie Munster now. Feel old yet? The reason, let's start with money. The reason we came up with money is because it's not always easy to trade the goods or services that you've done for other things that you need. For instance, let's say you need bread, but the person who's making the bread doesn't need tomatoes, and that's all you grow. How do you get that? Well, instead of going through a barter system where you got to trade your tomatoes for this guy's cucumbers, for this guy's porn to buy the bread, we just gave it a monetary amount and go, okay, this is, if you give me this much money, you can have this thing. It made bartering easier. Money is just bartering.
Yeah. Simplified bartering.
Yeah. Now, why did we do that? To help civilization, you fucking retard.
Yeah, it helps speed things up so that you can get more work done, be more productive. And you can also get a sense of community because you have commonality with that money.
Sweetheart,
coins.
If you really think your probably part-time job is that fucking difficult, oh my God, go live with the Amish for a little bit. Go literally do everything yourself and see how much better it is running through the frolicking fields and how much extra time you have as dad's telling you got to raise yet another fucking barn.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to churn that butter or you don't get any. Real quick, thank you, Evolved Potato. The more I hear from people in large cities, the more I agree with Razor Fist that states need their own electoral colleges because these people deserve less say in everything. Well, we're raising a lot of dumb people who don't know how anything works.
D and Chad says she's probably a college student that has never had a job. Very likely. I mean, how dare you guys make me work for the? We could have just made it. She even says that. You just make your own food. Well, making your own food, sweetie, is not unpacking it from the plastic, putting it in the microwave, and hitting 5. It's
look.
It's
one of my
raising the animal, feeding the animal, planting the crops, weeding, watering, all of this shit that you'd have to do. Do Amish have a Taco Bell? No, they don't. They don't. But this is the dumb shit that these idiots, these kids think. Like, hey, if only you guys would let me do things. We were just frolicking, Jack. And you guys came along with those stupid jobs, which lets me have 3/4 of my life working and the other 2/3 of it free for me to do whatever the fuck I want to.
Look, capitalism is the root of all jobs, I guess. I don't know. It's fucking smooth brain. No, when I was in high school, one of my brother's friends said this to us. He said, "Fuck the farmers. If I want my food, I'll go to the grocery store and buy it." And he was dead serious. And that's the type of mentality we have cultivated in our society today by letting a bunch of stupid fucking communists run things.
Yep. Speaking of stupid fucking communists, let's talk about some feminists for a bit. We haven't talked about them in a while, Jack. We do. Whether you guys believe it or not, all of the stuff we're looking at right now has its genesis in modern feminism because that's how they got their foothold. And it's you can see the same mentality through all of it. It really is. Because modern feminism is just communism.
Yeah.
That's where it all comes back. But feminism is how they got their foot in the door. I saw somebody the other day defending Anita Sarkeesian.
Why?
Because they said people were just mean to her because she's a girl. Video games should be allowed to be critiqued. Well, video games can be critiqued, but so can she for her critique. In fact, it's more sexist to suggest that the only reason that she's being criticized is because she's a woman, rather than paying attention to the arguments that were actually levied at her.
Women don't have arguments. That's what I learned.
You know, the shit that she ignored too to push her stupid shit.
There's that.
But this is a different kind of story. I'll tie it in a minute. Why is noting married people are happier and kids do better with married parents? Why is noting married people are happier and kids do better with married parents so controversial? It's a story that was written in the New York Post. I guess I could put it on the screen. First, let me get this donation real fast. I say real fast, but it's me, so it might take a minute. No, Monkey, you're fast. You're quick on the. Thank you. I appreciate that. Fraud, thank you. Every leftist moron needs to be sat down and forced to watch the Cartman Land episode of South Park. If you think about it, it's pretty much about a kid getting a communist utopia, then finding out it can't work. They were ahead of their time. True. Because you need somebody who keeps the rides going. Well, how do you get that? Well, you got to pay them. Well, let a couple people in so we can cover. Yeah, it's exactly what it was. And it was really well done. And, kids today still think that South Park is, or at least at the time, was leftist. Snubber, thank you. History revisionism in full swing for Anita. People are now calling out wokals for infecting the translations and localizations, and they're afraid of a Gamergate 2 and saying she was right all along. She wasn't right all along. She was an idiot who, I don't want to call her an idiot. She was a liar who was smart enough to know that if she played the feminist card, that she could get rich doing so. And it's exactly what she did. But anyway, Jack, this article asked because there's, over the last year, I think it said there's 12 articles that appeared in the New York Times. Granted, that's only one a month, but still, about polyamory. And she's talking about this guy who just wrote a book. I forget who he is. Wilcox, Mr. Wilcox. Says Wilcox often finds himself arguing with people who are themselves happily married and stable, yet think it's inappropriate for him to advocate the same stability for others. And look, we can look at the stats. Families do better when it's a two-person household. Kids do better when it's just the facts. But we're not supposed to say that. And there has become this push for polyamory. Why? Well, the complex answer is that it's more of an offshoot of feminism because they have to destroy anything the patriarchy ever did, including one man, one woman as a couple. The nuclear family itself, we're told, is just more of them trying to keep the women's down. Look at them trying to keep women's down by not letting them have strange dick in their marriage. Polyamory doesn't work. But I know this one guy. No, you don't. Stop it. It doesn't work because humans are a jealous creature.
Yeah, somebody always catches feelings and somebody else always catches VD.
In fact, the only way polyamory does work is in a patriarchal society.
Yeah.
Where the men get to tell women exactly how to behave. You can't be mad about that. I'm going to bang that chick. It's the only way it works. Because men are very jealous creatures. We just are. And so are you women, but we're bigger than you. So in societies where we can force our will on you, sure it works. They are destined to fail. Stop it. Destined to fail. It doesn't work. But the bigger issue for me, Jack, is the fact that people keep trying to push it. Because it's just more nonsense to try to destroy any kind of traditionalism. There's a reason traditions have worked out the way they are, because that's how it fucking works. Because the people who weren't doing it failed, fuckers. Does that mean it's always the best, Jack? No.
No, of course not.
But we're talking about hundreds of thousands, millions of years, depending on, what is it? 300,000 is the last estimate I saw on how long humans have been here. This is something that goes over that long of the human condition. And the idea that, no, all it is men trying to keep women from being hoes. No, it's because, one, it makes more sense that way. It spreads out the gene pool, Jack.
Yeah.
And when your gene pool is too close, you become British. Just saying.
And you end up hating dentistry for some reason.
Alan, thank you so much. Are you doing something new with Scribe Light Monkey? Yes, we missed it last week because I slept through it, but we'll be doing the first episode of the Reacher. He called it the Reacher round, and I kind of like it. The Reacher review from the Amazon series. So the first episode should be this Saturday at about 1 p.m. Eastern time. Anyway, Jack, other than pointing out that feminism is still a bad idea and it is still permeating way too much of our life, I just really hate that they're trying to push this fucking shit on people.
Oh, I understand. And you're right. But they want to destroy every aspect of what we would call traditional culture.
Mm-hmm. Because it was all made by the mans, and the mans are bad people. Oh my God, this story. You sent this to me the other day. Oh.
Yeah. I think I sent you the video, which there's no way we could show.
Yeah, I didn't watch the video. I just read the article about it. But anyway, the headline is cop resigns after mistaking falling acorn for a gunshot and firing at unarmed suspect cuffed in the patrol car. So the police are responding to a report that this guy had a gun. And they arrest him and they put him in the back of the car. And the cop hears an acorn fall on the car, yells, "Shots fired!"
And also claims he's hit.
Yes, I've been hit. And starts firing at his own police car. His partner does as well. Now, the partner has been exonerated because they were reacting to the person who starts firing.
Yeah. And
Alan,
I kind of get that, but still.
Alan, thanks so much for that donation with no message. I appreciate it, my friend. I'm assuming that was a good morning message. Good morning. This officer should not just be, losing their job. They should go to jail for this.
Yeah, there's going to be a massive lawsuit about this, but this is just embarrassing for the cops. Like, are you really this big of a weirdo? Like, are you this on edge that any little noise you hear you think is gunfire? Especially from a guy cuffed in your back seat. Like, you didn't pat him down? Because I'm pretty sure we're looking at an image of him getting patted down. Where did he keep that gun that he supposedly shot you with, even though you weren't injured? This guy wasn't fit for the job.
Well, what they claim is that the report that they got was that he had a gun with a suppressor on it. And so it makes sense that the sound of an acorn hitting a car sounds just like a suppressed fire.
No, that's bullshit, because suppressors don't work like in the movies. It's not. It doesn't work that way. Okay.
Wait, they don't just go.
No, they don't. It's not. That's not reality. That's movie shit. Also, thank you, Alan, for the generous donations this morning. Good morning, Alan. I hope you're having an amazing day. Because it's supposed to be pretty nice out today, so go do something fun. But no, this guy just he's obviously overreacting to the situation and putting a lot of lives in danger by just unloading his magazine
into his own car.
Yeah. Destroying city property, I believe they call that.
Now, I am curious because I didn't see the video. You have to tell me. Were his hands cuffed behind his back?
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Yeah, so maybe if his hands were cuffed in front of him, I could get them going, no, he pulled out a concealed gun. You had him in your car. His hands were cuffed behind him. You had patted him down. And you thought the sound of an acorn hitting it. You ever heard a tree nut fall and hit a car?
Oh, yeah. It makes like a clunk sound.
It makes a little think sound, yeah. It doesn't sound anything close to a gunshot.
No.
It doesn't even sound like the movie version of a silencer.
No, not at all.
So this guy, I'm sorry, I think he should probably go to jail for that.
Yeah, at the minimum, he's going to get sued because there's absolutely no reason for this level of poor judgment. And he should never be a cop again because he does not have the disposition for it.
Can you go to jail for just showing somebody your gun? Define just
brandishing.
Showing. Well, this is why I said it depends. If me and Jack are standing around and I say, hey, I got a new gun, and Jack says, can I see it? And I show it to him, that's not brandishing.
No, but if you're like, oh, yeah, you're fucking with me, and you pull your shirt up to show him your gun.
Yeah.
So that's brandishing. You're going to jail for that.
Yeah, it just depends on how you're showing to it. Yeah. All right. So that guy's a fucking douchebag. And I am happy. Look, it sounds like the guy who got arrested probably deserved to get arrested.
Yeah, but and I don't think I think he'll consider not committing crime in the future because
probably
he might get shot at while in the patrol car. But I hope he got the fear of God in him and he doesn't have a life of crime. But he's probably going to be very rich.
I'm happy he's okay. I really am. I'm glad that none of these bullets hit that poor guy.
See, that's the part that really pissed me off is both these cops need to go back to the range because
They're
they are
literally
very bad shots.
This is almost a literal fish in a barrel thing. The guy's in the back seat of your car, handcuffed.
Yeah. And police cars, they don't have a lot of room in the back seat. You're in an awkward position so that you can't do dumb shit like try and escape. So he's in an awkward position in the back of a patrol car, cuffed. Now, maybe he could got the handcuffs off. Sure, maybe. I don't know. But, dear God, you emptied 2 magazines into this asshole's general vicinity and you didn't hit him? Because they weren't that far away from him.
Maybe, and I'm just maybe throwing this out there, maybe the Dodge Charger, because I'm assuming that's what car they use. It seems to be popular police, has really good body armor.
I doubt it.
Studies show cops have 13% accuracy in real situations. Yeah, it's not like the movies where they just knock people down. The Kehoe brothers is probably the most famous, where you have these guys standing 5 feet from them, and the police and the Kehoe brothers get into a gunfight. It's all on tape. You can watch it, and they all miss each other, point blank range, and they miss each other. Because when you're in a scary life or death situation, most people aren't Kyle Rittenhouse and have the steadiness to fire properly. That's somebody's trying to kill you. Or in this case, a nut fell out of a tree. I'm sorry. I'm just not believing that he thought that was a gunshot, especially considering he claimed he got hit. That part can't be understated either.
Yeah. If I was a cop, I'd be embarrassed by this. I'd be like, oh, dude, what are you doing? You're making us all look bad.
Yes. Saw another video where 2 female officers approached a house where they were told someone had broke in. They both unload on the owner's friend, who goes to answer. Jesus Christ.
That's why women should be cops. Honestly, I think you're more likely to be shot by a female officer, because if you're a big guy and you're bigger than them, they're automatically going to have a stronger fear response.
Yeah. Anyway, most people don't realize cops have 20 to 30% hit on intended target.
And that just proves they need more training.
Well, even with that, it's one thing to train for it. It's another to be in that situation.
Yeah, but they need to train in high-stress situations.
Yes, exactly. You're not being trained with somebody firing at you that might hit you. You are in best-case scenario, right?
Yeah,
so, I mean, that's why you do need more of a stressful kind of situation where you're making almost the shooting gallery kind of thing, Jack.
Yeah.
Where you're walking through a shooting gallery, things pop up, and you have to decide which one you're shooting. Don't shoot the little kid. You shoot the bad guy, the one that has the gun, something that actually trains your mind to pay attention rather than just fire.
Yeah.
Because shit, Jack, you give me all the time in the world, I can line up a nice fucking shot.
Yeah, well, most people can.
You tell me, okay, we're going to let you shoot at him while he shoots at you. One, I'm going to say no. Just no, I'm not doing that. But chances are I'm probably firing wildly because I'm prone to panic. It's why pugilism works better for me. If you're more prone to panic, a wild swing has a lot more chance of hitting somebody than a stray bullet. Just saying.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Truck and Bear. My son at 8 years old is a better shot than those trained professionals. Yeah, I've been maintaining for a long time that cops need to spend more time in training, because this type of shit, if this had been a real gunman, they'd both be dead.
Look, this is one of the few times I'm happy the training failed.
Yeah, well, I mean, because
we tend to be more on the police side around here because criminals are fucking shitbags, and I understand. But there was no excuse for this, and that meant, especially claiming he got shot, because he calls that over the radio.
Yep. And that's going to bring a whole lot of cops down on him.
What happens, Jack, if this guy in the back of the car gets killed? and it's on film that this fucking idiot claimed to have been shot when it. Can you guys say Race Riot 2024?
Look, a lot of times body cam footage just doesn't get released.
This was fucked up. Anyway, Iran claims ownership over Antarctica and plans military. Stop playing. Are we gonna have a war over Antarctica?
I hope so, because why not? It just would fit the theme for the year.
Iranian Navy Rear Admiral Shahram Irani. He's an Iranian named Irani.
It means
That's like
Aryan, so
that's like an American being named John America.
it'd be more like a German being called Sven Master Race.
Vinny the D, thank you. When I was a contractor, we couldn't fire at some dude with an AK on his lap. Sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses and my one eye's being a dick today. We couldn't fire at some dude with an AK on his lap unless they pointed at us. We couldn't even raise our gun to them. Yeah.
That's I don't know. If you're in a war situation, that's a little different. I think the rules should be a little bit more flexible on that front.
Evolve says Australia owns Antarctica. That is a fact. Do you?
Do you?
You guys own whatever we let you own. What are you talking about? Anyway, Mr. Irani, you can't have the last name that just describes your country.
Yes, you can.
It's like somebody from Michigan named Michigander. That's fucking retarded. I can't. No, his new name is Smith.
Oh, hey, his new name is Muhammad.
No, I love that one guy who's been making all those Muslim videos, and he goes, "My name is Mohammed, of course."
Yeah.
Anyway, where are we? Has declared his country has property rights in Antarctica, particularly the South Pole. Why would you want the South Pole?
Untapped resources plus alien technology. Atlantis is under all that ice.
Monkey put out the ads have finally started backing up on there. So I mean, I don't understand why you'd want Antarctica in the first place. But go ahead, I dare you. Go send a whole bunch of people used to living in the desert to the South fucking Pole.
Well, they're just going to try and claim all our bases on there. And I don't think that's really going to work out for them the way they think it will. But, good luck.
Put on your glasses, Monk. No, I'm sick, and the nose pads are bothering my nose. This one's not me just being lazy. There's a good reason I'm not wearing my glasses tonight. I want it and start the new. I want it so we own 2 continents instead of 1. I mean, sure, but that's like wanting the moon at this point, right? There's no reason to other than go, it's ours.
Well, technically, the moon is very American. We were there first. Our flag is on it.
Yep. Now,
everybody else can fuck off.
International law says that nobody owns it, but we all know that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's what they said about Antarctica, too. And apparently people could just yell dibsies.
Well, we only say that so inferior countries don't feel so bad. Like, nah, we all own the moon. You know what I mean?
It's everybody's until we don't want you to be there anymore.
Yeah, that's just the participation trophy of interstellar travel. Like, no, we all own it. It's cool.
Everybody owns the moon, but you stay the fuck away from our Jupiter.
I just don't understand why you'd want the South Pole.
I'm telling you, man, that's where Atlantis technology is hidden. Plus,
Transformers was a movie, y'all. There's not Megatron underneath that shit.
You don't know. You don't know.
I do. I'm pretty sure.
Nope, I heard about the Vostok experiment, and there's a giant psychic squid that lives under there. The Russians found out the hard way.
I'll be honest. I don't care who owns Antarctica because it's not some place that does anything for us. It's a giant snow cap, Jack.
For now, but all the global warming is going to make it beautiful again.
And at that point, I'll be happy to go there. But right now, I'm not happy about being in Michigan. There's a Stargate there. It's how you get to the center of the Earth. This is just a giant Dyson sphere. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Yeah, well, look, we all read the secret journals. So, but there is a Stargate there. I saw the show. And there's also a defense base there. So they have a laser beam.
Why claim that? I would get it if they were like, we own Greenland. At least that's on the way to somewhere, right?
Yeah. It's somewhat better weather.
Isn't Antarctica where the funny Australian painter moved to, or Austrian painter moved to? No. He went to Brazil last I heard from the Weekly World News. I want to say it was Brazil.
Brazil or Argentina, accounts vary. But the Nazis allegedly did have a base in Antarctica.
Antarctica, yeah.
Project High Jump.
No, what is a Brazilian is just a Hitler mustache for your vagina. I mean, that's where it comes from.
That's true.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap up on Hitler mustache for your vagina. Ladies, please make this a thing. I want actual Hitler mustaches on vaginas. I need that in my life. I don't want my wife to do it, and I don't need to see any of you do it. Don't send me your own pictures. But please make that a thing. I think that would be awesome. Give high and tight a new meaning. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for coming and hanging out. Thank you for the donations. That joke didn't even make sense. It was just funny to me. Thank you for the donations. You guys are so kind to us. We really do appreciate it. To the new folks, welcome. To the old folks, thanks for sticking around. Jack, anything you want to show?
I'll drop some links to some cool stuff. As always, thank you so much for the generous donations. Like Monkey said, it really does help. And we appreciate it.
Oh my God, I just had the best thought ever.
Oh, yeah?
Take a 70s bush.
Oh, no.
And trim it into the Hitler mustache, but don't trim the length of the mustache part. So it like hangs over like a weird, like a weird ponytail thing you could make out of it.
Oh, that's like a handlebar mustache for cooters. I don't know.
The cooter stash.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. That might fuck me up, like haunting nightmares kind of thing. But real quick, thank you, Snowbirth. Speaking of Nazis, Jack, you see Twitter got upset about Magneto being forced to relive the Holocaust by Xavier. Never seen so much defense for the mutant Hitler. Yeah, I saw the controversy. I think it's stupid because Magneto is a genocidal psychopath, and he's tried to kill normies for ages now, so I don't understand why anybody feels bad about that. Look, Xavier and Magneto are both pieces of shit at this point. They've ruined those characters 10 times over, so people are getting all bent out of shape about a property that's been destroyed by the so-called writers that work at Marvel.
Dangerous. Well, before that, Pig Riser says, chat killing it. Chat always kills it, man. I fucking love our chat. You guys are funny as hell, and you make me laugh probably more than I make you laugh. Bubba, thank you. Come on, ladies. You will finally be able to give mustache rights. And Dangerous says, in solidarity with Gaza, I'm waiting for them to rename it the Gaza Strip. No, the Gaza Strip is the one without the little man in the boat. Guys, thanks for watching. Jack, a pleasure as always.
Oh, always glad to be here.
It's a genital mutilation joke, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone, have a wonderful night. Take care of yourselves. I love you, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye, everybody.
Joe Biden taught me that black people like to eat